didn't have to strain to look up at him, nor was it tedious to look down at him. He was a comfortable sight to look at. له رفقاء يحفون به. He had friends say something, they used to hearken to what he used to say. وإن أمر تبادروا إلى أمره. Tall and thick, أزج أقرن. His eyebrows were arched, but they were not joined. It was separated. In صمت فعليه الوقار. When
the Prophet is so pretty.
He was silent.
Guys, we have to admit the Prophet was so pretty.
Striking appearance.
He's so pretty.
ظاهر الوضاء. أبلج الوجه. Radiant face. حسن الخلق. Beautifully created.
The pretty, who is the white man worshipper? And look at the drama music behind. And what is that? Aren't you worried that there is many homosexuals, they will go and do something to Muhammad? They will love him? They would like to share the bed with him? Especially your God, he says, whatever you wish in the heaven, they will convert to Islam. And then they go to heaven, they says, we want to speak with Muhammad. Look how pretty Muhammad is. And then one of the funny statements here in this video, we don't want to play it all because it's hilarious. A man, he come and he look at the moon. He come in the middle of the darkness.
When he spoke, it was audible and clear, almost commanding and overtaking. أجمل الناس وأبهاهم من بعيد. From afar, the most striking and outstanding in appearance. وأحسنهم وأجملهم من قريب. And when he came near, the best of them and the most handsome of them in closeness. حلو المنطق.
Who is the white man worshiper? Who? Let us go to the moon. When the guy, he saw the Prophet, he looked at the moon, he looked at the Prophet, he looked at the moon, he looked at the Prophet, he looked at the moon, he looked at the Prophet, and for sure, the Prophet is more white than the moon.
Rasulullah. Anas ibn Malik says, he says, I came out one night, I came out one night, it was the full moon night.
Absolutely. Brother, look how emotional, brothers and sisters. The Sheikh, he has tears in his eyes, he cannot continue more. The Prophet is so pretty. He's so pretty. When the guy, he saw him at night, he could not stop. Look at the emotion, brothers and sisters. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Wait, where's my tissues? What the heck? The guy was coming at night. At night? Many things happen at night. Be aware.
I came out one night, it was the full moon night.
Look at the emotion, look at the action.
And I looked at the moon, and in the desert, understand, the moon is an awesome sight. It is smooth, it is radiant, it is clear, it is gentle compared to the scorching sun at which they are used to. So the moon was the epitome of beauty. So he says, I came out at a full moon night and I looked at the moon and I saw it beautiful, handsome. So I said, let me go see if the moon is more handsome or my Prophet is more handsome.
Are you kidding me? Are you stupid or what? You are comparing the Prophet of Allah, the most handsome boy, to the moon. What's wrong with this guy? Don't you know the answer already? I mean, how in the world even you think about it? Don't you know that there's nobody is more pretty than the Prophet? Who the hadith says his underarm is so white, his thigh is so white, his belly button is so white, his face is so white. And the Muslim says, white man worshipper. Not a single verse in the Bible speaks about Jesus as white or his color and how good looking he is. Because we don't follow a look. Secondly, all those stories is a fabrication. Muhammad, he had no teeth. All of us, we knew the story, how they broke his teeth. So when Muhammad, he recited the Quran, he says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik have teeth. If Zakir Naik with teeth, he cannot say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What about a man who lost his teeth? I mean, the guy, he don't even have teeth. And if he is so good looking, why the father of Khadija, he don't want him to marry his daughter, even though she is 20-something years older than him, and she have 2 husbands before him, still he don't want him. He's so pretty, man. Okay, what happened? And the guy, he went in the street and he saw the moon. By the way, each time I see the moon at night, I go there, I look at the prophet, I look at the moon. I look at the prophet, I look at the moon. And then I look at the prophet, and I don't want to look at the moon no more. That's it, I give up. I'm so disappointed with the moon. I thought always the moon is so beautiful. It turned to be no. He lost the competition for a guy, his name is Muhammad, and he's an Arab, who take a shower with dead dogs and winnow blood from period.
Alex says, he says, I came out one night, I came out one night, it was the full moon night. And I looked at the moon, and in the desert, understand, the moon is an awesome sight.
Absolutely.
It is smooth.
Yeah.
It is radiant. It is clear. It is gentle compared to the scorching sun which they are used to. So the moon was the epitome of beauty.
Come on, man. What the drama is about? What happened next? I mean, are they going to get married or not? After he noticed that Muhammad is more pretty than the moon, did he marry Muhammad?
Moon is more handsome, or my prophet is more handsome. Let me see if that is more beautiful, or the prophet is more beautiful. So I went and I saw him standing afar. So I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, and I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, and I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, and he. So I went and I saw him standing afar. So I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, standing afar. So I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, at his face, and I looked at the moon, at his face, and I looked at the moon, at his face, and I looked at the moon, and I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, at his face, and I looked at the moon, and I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, at his face, and I looked at the moon, and I looked at his face.
That's it, man. I'm getting dizzy now. And you are talking about white man worshipper? When all the video is about how white he is, his face,